packing on one. Your luggage is on its way. Wait, once I click into it, I lose it.
You know, Sean, if the point of a cruise is to keep you away from technology,
then Virgin Voyages is not the cruise for you.
That story and much more right now as we review Scarlet Lady, the refurbished lady, as she sets sail on a Christmas cruise out of Miami. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, something different. Now, if you follow this channel for a while, you know we prefer Norwegian Cruise Line. But after everybody said, oh, you gotta try Virgin Voyages. Virgin Voyages is amazing.
They're the best food, unbeatable, blah, blah, blah.
Scarlet Night is unbelievable. So we tried it. We tried Scarlet Lady. And to kind of give you a preview, we're gonna go over the good, the bad, and the All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the ship first.
Yeah, there were some good things about the ship. It is a smaller ship compared to a lot of other cruise lines, now going bigger and bigger. But that's because kids are not allowed on Virgin Voyages. No siree, Bob. You gotta be 18 and over to ride on the Virgin Voyages. So they don't need as much room, I guess.
And I think the comedian said it best on one of the nights. He was walking up to Virgin Voyages, somebody from Icon, Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, which is, I guess it may or not, depending on when you watch this. At one time, it's the largest ship at sea. Somebody walked by, the comedian says, wow, you came from the Virgin Voyages ship. It's so small. And he replied,
that's because we don't have kids.
We don't have kids on board.
The ship design is very basic. I'd say it's almost pedestrian.
Pedestrian.
Yeah, it's not a beautiful ship. It's not a really intriguing ship. It's not a really inspiring ship. Okay, we could go on and on here.
It's great. Gray and red.
It's just a ship. And what's interesting is that there's a lot of things that are hard to find that are tucked away, including the bathrooms. Very few and far between. I found that a little disconcerting.
So yes, so the thing was, bathrooms hard to find. Some of the sanitization was not exactly refilled. And you hate to see a cruise line get lax after the worldwide pandemic of a few years ago, but safety, safety, safety. Okay, so now let's go from the ship to the world of your room.
Your stateroom. Now, there was a lot of good things about the stateroom. I like the aesthetics of the stateroom. Very simple, very kind of clean, modern look.
Everything controlled by an iPad. You could open and close curtains.
Yeah.
You could adjust the lighting system. That was very cool.
Comfortable bed. I mean, everything was pretty comfortable in there.
Great linens.
Yeah, very nice with that. The shower was amazing. One of the best showers on a cruise ship, I gotta say. You had a rainfall shower head and it was well lit and it was roomy enough that you could turn around and actually touch your toes and clean your feet. So it was one of the better showers I've seen on the cruise ships.
But when you walked out of the shower into the bathroom,
it was tiny. You really only had room to stand up and turn around. That's about it. Unless you're sitting on the toilet, you're standing up or you're out of the bathroom. That's how small it is. So very small bathrooms. Another thing that we had an issue with in our stateroom was our door did not lock. And we didn't realize that until a little ways into the cruise, maybe the first night, that all of our stuff was being left in this room that we thought the door was locking behind us, but it wasn't. Until we found that out, we had to call somebody over to have that fixed. And then another safety concern that we had was our safe did not work at all. And even the stateroom attendant could not fix it, had to have somebody called in, a specialist, to come and fix that as well.
But here's the thing, so a few things with that. When you walk out of your room, make sure that your door is locking. This only happened at the beginning of our cruise. They had some engineers, they eventually fixed the door and they fixed the safe. The miracle of that little red band they give you, you'll get a black band if you're a rock star, but a red band if you're a regular if you're one of the pedestrians out of Richard's rooftop club, and you're not a rock star, we are not rock star, we're just groupies.
We got the red band and not the black band.
Red band, not the that is a very cool thing. The way you check in, very nice going through the ports. We did love that, and so just kind of mentioning that when it goes to the room, but don't take for granted that your door is locking because it may not be. Let's go back to the cabin one more time. The thing about the cabin was it was a nice cabin. I mean, really no complaints about it. A little smaller, but you know that the sea terrace is what we have. They have a hammock outside. That's really nice. Was able to get some great time lapses off that balcony. We were up on the 13th floor. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So that's the room. Now let's talk about what people go to sea for. Sean, what do people go to sea for?
The food.
The food. Now, we love the galley. The galley had a lot of great choices. If you're familiar with Norwegian Cruise Line, kind of like indulge food hall. You can go around, you could have somebody that comes to your table, take your order, or you can go up to each individual counter.
It's kind of like a dining hall, but more modernized. So they have individual different kinds of foods in different areas around that you can go up and order, or you can just take a seat and somebody can come to your table and take your order from you. The food there was pretty good.
Not to be missed, 2 items. I have my favorite item. Sean has his favorite item. Not to be missed is the salmon croissant. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and the double chocolate chip muffin was very good as well. So we did spend a lot of time eating breakfast there. It's one of the few places you can get breakfast, and the breakfast overall was pretty decent. They had a lot of fresh fruit in these bento boxes, which was beautiful presentation as well as delicious, very crisp, very chilled and refreshing in the morning. So that is something I also really enjoyed.
We just loved the galley. That was really nice. Now, as far as some of these specialty dining restaurants, the great thing about Virgin Voyages, remember, it's all included. So you're not going to be dinged for this charge or that charge and going to a specialty dining restaurant. And so what was our favorite? Our favorite was
the Pink Agave. And the Pink Agave is kind of like a Mexican restaurant. They had some really delicious food there, including the elote. Oh my gosh, I could have ate that all day long, and I don't even like corn. And they also had delicious shrimp appetizers that were just so good, so worth it. Please get that if you go to the Agave restaurant. The dining experience where the seats are near each other, so we got to meet some people there at the restaurant. That was a lot of fun as well.
I think that as far as Pink Agave, that was probably our favorite one. And then we would go to the Test Kitchen. Now, Test Kitchen is supposed to be one of like a chef's table type restaurant where everything is very prepared right in front of you, kind of different taste, like
almost like a laboratory kind of feel, and that you are tasting these gourmet dishes to see if they qualify. But they were all very good, including this appetizer that we got. The first course was a mushroom puree, 4 or 5 types of mushrooms in it. Really, the presentation was gorgeous and the taste was just as wonderful. So we do recommend the Test Kitchen. They have 2 menus throughout your cruise. So if your cruise is long enough, there's 6 different specialty restaurants on the cruise ship, and we went to one different restaurant each night. So we didn't get a chance to try the second menu at the Test Kitchen, but if our cruise was more than 6 days, we definitely would have.
So that was Test Kitchen and Pink Agave. Now, we ate a lot of different restaurants. Those are really the 2 that we enjoyed the most, and the galley. The galley is a great place to go. Now we got to go to the maybe not so good, maybe bad. I don't know how you want to rate it. We're just going to say,
yeah, so the food was usually hot food served lukewarm. I think I only got 1 hot meal on the whole cruise ship for the week, which was kind of disappointing in the quality.
And that's extra virgin?
Extra virgin was the hot meal. The other thing with the restaurants is that the service is good, but it is at a pace that could be considered slow. We're talking 2 hours. Now, we don't usually take 2 hours to eat dinner, and when you have shows to go to or activities that you want to do, 2 hours out of your evening is not something we were anticipating. So if you do have to get to a show or you want to get out of the restaurant in less than 2 hours, do let them know at the beginning when you sit down that you are going to try and need to get out at a certain time. And they do very well at accommodating you and making sure they serve those meals much quicker.
What he said. Now, you have one other point. On the menus, there is not a lot of variety. Sean was saying there's not a lot of variety on this menu.
Yeah, if you have dietary restrictions, you're going to be very restricted with the menus on the ship with the restaurants. I will say that their vegetarian and their vegan options are generally very good and a safe bet. But other than that, there wasn't a lot that I could eat.
Just kind of keep these things in mind. We ate at a variety of restaurants. I can't remember what were some of the other names of the places.
The Wake.
The Wake, which was
And the Lotus.
You liked it.
I liked it. That one's kind of an Asian. Was that the Asian restaurant?
Asian.
That one had some good
formerly
dishes.
Razzle Dazzle, but on the refurbished Scarlet Lady, they decided to go with Lotus Asian. Now, Sean and I were wondering, and this is a note to Virgin, what about an Indian restaurant?
Indian food is very delicious and very
Always
popular.
Delicious. Yep. So now, after a good meal, after a good dining experience, or a dining experience, what do you want to do next? You want to have
fun
entertainment. So,
That's
Shawnee,
right.
what was the entertainment like on board the ship?
Well, it is, I would call it interpretive art, and that is up to your interpretation because it was very different. It was a little weird. The entertainment is designed for a younger audience. It feels more clubby. There's upbeat music, the poppy dance. There was entertainment shows that were really fun. The music was really good. I gotta say that. The DJs were good, but they had the 90s pop night, and they did the choreography and the dancing with that. That was a lot of fun, very throwback and good energy. And then they had the show with the, well, I don't even know what you call it. It's like, I think the name of the show is something or other and what you call it. And
the electric something
dance party
like thing.
That was different. And yeah.
But you feel involved. You feel like you're in the mix.
You're kind of more immersed, I guess, in the entertainment.
Now let's talk about what is, if you've watched any YouTube videos on Scarlet Lady, you know the one thing you're going to talk about is...
Oh, the Scarlet Night.
Scarlet Night. Now, hit or miss?
Good question. I mean, it's interesting and fun to have a theme night, and they do have theme parties pretty much every night, and I've got to say the parties and the themes were very cool and very fun. With Scarlet Night, everybody dresses up in red, and you go about the ship, and they do different things specific for Scarlet Night as far as the decorations, and the lighting is in red, and they have mysterious performances throughout the ship, and then they have a kind of a cabaret show that demonstrates what this mystery theme is all about. And then it culminates in a dance party on the top of the ship by the pool. And we'll tell you that it involves the pool, and the dancers eventually get into the pool and they invite the sailors into the pool.
That's right, when you're on Virgin Voyages, you are a sailor.
Sailor. So that was fun, but you know, it was, I don't know, I just think the mystique of it and the anticipation of Scarlet Night was a little too much. and that it became a little disappointing. So it was a little bit of a letdown, but it was fun.
We will say, the Champaign voyage send-off, the Bon Voyage party.
Yeah, in Miami, beautiful, and then they just serve you champagne pretty much nonstop, as much as you want, free. So that was a lot of fun, and the music was good, and you get to meet some of the. They're not cruise directors in the cruise director crew, but Dixie, the drag queen, was really fun. She would be, I guess, the cruise director, and Patsy, the hostess, would, I guess, be the assistant cruise director, and then their team were a lot of fun.
The best bit of entertainment we saw was the hostess had a Christmas show, because we were on this cruise Christmas week. We want to make sure we point that out, because maybe our experience, because it was Christmas week, maybe it's a little bit different than going any other week, like in the middle of summer or something like that. But we went Christmas week, so the hostess had a great show around Christmas, and Sean actually got to be a reindeer, which was very funny.
Yeah, it was a great show, like a cabaret kind of style show. And she's phenomenal entertainer and very funny show, interactive with the audience, and I would highly recommend that one.
That was good. And then the other bit of entertainment was bingo with a diva.
Oh, bingo with a diva, and that diva is Dixie, and she is
Crystals.
funny, and that was a lot of fun. We didn't even play the bingo game. We just went for the entertainment, and it was worth it. So don't miss bingo with a diva.
Bingo with a diva. The next thing I want to go to from entertainment now, again, we are being picky, but we just want you to know what to expect if you go on Virgin Voyages. These are all champagne problems. You shake your app, you get a bottle of champagne, and so the app's a little glitchy. It's just a champagne problem.
I shook my app, I didn't get any champagne.
You didn't get a champagne. But anyway, so we are just kind of being a little picky on these things. But the one thing we want to talk about is activities on the ship. We loved the weight room, the workout room, the fitness center, which actually spans across an entire deck.
Yeah, there's a pool, there's a little bar that's kind of in between, in the middle of
the gym and tonic.
Yeah, in between like where the weights are and the machines are, and then on the other side, all the cardio equipment. So that was really cool. There was plenty of machines. The equipment is brand new, very easy to use. I really liked working out in the gym and then hopping to the other side, right on the same deck, to work out on the elliptical machines, and you get to watch either the ocean out one way, or you had the view of the pool deck in front of you. So you had a choice of the options, and I really liked their workout zone.
Yeah, it was fun. We signed up for one workout class called VHS, all about 80s VHS, kind of like a Jane Fonda workout, stuff like that. And that was a blast. The choreography.
Yeah, so seamless. Like, it was just so much fun. And the theme with the 80s worked so well. Totally nostalgic. And they had 3 cast members rotating, taking breaks in between short sessions so that you could get a water break. And the music was high energy. The moves were fun, but easy enough that everybody could do them. That was a total blast.
But here's the other part about activities on board the ship. They are extremely hard to get. If you look out and you go through the app, everything's sold out, sold out, sold out. Like the gravity, like workout, anti-gravity was always booked. The yoga stuff, always booked. You'll go across the app, everything's always booked. So I guess the recommendation there is just get on board the ship as early as possible. Okay, so now our final thing.
What is it?
Our final segment is, would we take this cruise immediately again? And the answer to that question, Sean, is
no.
Will we take it sometime in the future? The answer to that song is
Maybe.
Maybe. So this cruise gets a maybe, but hopefully if you're already booked and you're going, this will help you have a great cruise. Because again, these are all Champaign problems. We had a great time. It's just that
We had a great time, but it wasn't because of Virgin Voyages. We have a good time at any time. So
Wherever
this
we are.
cruise line didn't necessarily help us have a good time.
didn't enable our good time.
It didn't enable it. It didn't enhance it. Let's say that. It didn't add to it. Okay. But the one good thing that's really different about Virgin Voyages is that they have no kids on board, which makes it a different experience for cruisers or sailors, as they like to call them on Virgin Voyages. But the downside may be that the entertainment is all the same on each ship. All the ships are the same design. They only have a few of them right now. So if you didn't like your experience on your first Virgin Voyages cruise, you're probably not gonna like it on any of the other ones. If you didn't love your Virgin Voyages cruise, you're not gonna love it on the other ones.
What he said, I can't really answer that. All right, so if you like this video, if you learned something from this video, please leave your comments. Have you been on Scarlet Lady? Leave your comments below. Are you getting ready to go on a cruise? Leave your comments below.
Tell us.
Tell us, ask us questions, and we will provide answers. Anything we can do to enhance your cruise experience if you're going on Virgin or Norwegian Cruise Line, one of their new ships. We can't wait for the Aqua. We're very excited about that. But if you love this video, please check out this one on one of the best shore excursions we did, a shore thing with the sharks. And if you're interested in going to Iceland, check out this in-depth review of our voyage to Iceland and from Iceland on the Prima. And we'll see you
In the next video.